Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm playing Psyker again because I just wanted to play more with this my build. Uh, see, how do I do intros nowadays? What was it going to be? We'll do bit, call back to a bit from a different video, start of a new bit that we don't finish, and then we go into the build, right? Talents, we were just running the same shit as yesterday. We got the Blaze Force Sword, Deflector, Slaughter, Heavy Last Pistol with Concentrated Fire and Infernus. For the talents, we have Soul Stealer, Quietude, Battle Meditation, Smite, Enfeeble, Mind in Motion, by Crack of Bone, Seer's Presence, Psychonetics Aura, One with the Warp, Immaterial Focus, Scryer's Gaze, Reality Anchor, and Warp Unbound. Now, someone did flame me in the comments saying I had Warp Unbound and I didn't use it, because I just would automatically quell when I reached 100%, and I just ask you for forgiveness, because force of habit will always defeat me. We have Solidity, Empiric Resolve, Penetration of the Soul, Puppet Master, Warp Rider, Empowered Psychonics with Overpowering Souls, and Charged Up. That's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty. I have 2 days off. Steam Next Fest tomorrow. Gonna play some demos, hopefully. It's gonna be very exciting. It's always nice. I like Steam Next Fests because it's always good to see some demos and cute stuff. Visual novels. I love visual novel demos because it's always so fun. Ooh, I have a itch on my arm. Itchy. Yeah. Very exciting. I don't really have much to talk about today. Today was kind of just a slow day. It was a 9-hour shift. I get paid on Wednesday. I guess my credit card got stolen. That's something. I guess I dropped it at some point because I went to look in my wallet. It wasn't there. And I was checking my credit card statement because I wanted to know how much I owed for October. And I saw that someone had spent money, like a lot of money on it. Spent like $200 almost.
Your opinion was not courted.
And so I called them, and I kind of fucked up because they said my card was in my wallet, even though I checked and it wasn't after the call. So I'll call them tomorrow and be like, hey, I have some more information about my credit card stuff. My wallet did in fact get stolen. I was wrong when I said it was in my wallet, but hopefully it just won't matter. And they said they'll just send me a new card and send me my money, or give me my money back. So that'll be good. Am I annoyed that it happened? Yeah. Am I mad? Not really. I'd probably get my money back and just get a new card. It's more annoying than anything. Like I'm just wonder where the hell I dropped it. I must have dropped it when I was getting gas and I like pulled out my card or something. I don't know when Seer's President runs out, so I don't want to blow my brain up there. Oh my goodness. Just give him the old zap. Alright, cool.
I hear that this squadron took root before the invasion.
Yeah, update about the Silent King book. We technically got a Silent King and Gilliman interaction, but obviously the Silent King doesn't talk, hence the name, the Silent King. So it's just one of the Silent King's like adjutants being like, "You will surrender." We will allow your people to leave, and then we will send an embargo ship to discuss your species complete and others surrender to the Necrons. And Gilliman essentially just, in Imperial words, said, "Get bent, scum." So that was fun. Now, I'm not done with it yet, so maybe him and Gilliman will have an actual fight. Once again, I guess the Silent King's stronger than Gilliman. I mean, that's what Ilian Natase is saying. But also, Ilian Natase, you know, it's kind of hard to predict what happens with the Primarchs because they're covered in the Emperor's light. And the Emperor kind of makes seeing the future a pain in the ass, apparently. I had a feeling that's me. I tried to dodge, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. I think it's because I was holding the E button. Something through the ceiling. I think I'm hitting that gunner around the corner.
Nothing makes you look like a sellout. We won't find anything else. Upload your data to the server.
Alright, nice.
We need more damn data. Don't let it skull out of your sight.
And then after Silent King, I think I'm gonna read the listen to the Lilith Hesperax book. I think that'll be fun. It's either that or the Devastation of Baal. It's one of those two. And I think it'll probably be Lilith Hesperax, because holy fuck, I've listened to a lot of Space Marine stuff. And I love Space Marines, don't get me wrong. But I would also, you know, it's always good to get some Xenos books in there. I could also do Twice Dead King and stuff, but I haven't, you know, I haven't gotten any good Drukhari stuff.
Upload what you found to the server, Skull. Don't think there's much more around here. The Skull's locating new targets. Keep up with it.
Got him.
Servo Skull's on the move. Try to keep up. The fanatic seems to be hysterical. Hello! Is music dead?
Latching on to someone over there. Just quell out the old brain. Just cool the brain down, you know? Okay. You know, one thing I will say, so the Dawn of Fire, the Indomitus Crusade series is pretty good. I think there's some misses, but I think generally they're all pretty good. However, Plague War got rewritten to no longer take place after the Indomitus Crusade, which makes sense, right? It takes place during. But now there's a whole confusing thing on whether or not Gilliman can actually get out of the Armor of Fate, because one source says he can, the other says he can't. But, like, he does say in Silent King, he says he has to, like, get out of the Armor of Fate, because he's, one, he wants to sit down in a chair like a normal person, and also he doesn't want to be reliant on Xenos technology, because it's like, his relationship with the Eldar is proving to be a fucking pain in the ass politically. Which makes sense. You know, I know the odds of it happening are slim, but I really hope we get another Talons of the Emperor book. Well, speaking of, I was just randomly... So, when I work, in the back of my mind, a engine is running, and that engine is my creative process for creating characters and stuff. And I thought of a really cool concept for a Primarch. The 11th or 2nd Primarch. This one would be a female Primarch. And it would be... She'd be a soulless one. Like, the idea is that I don't have a name for her. I've been looking at moon deity names to kind of get the vibe, because she would be... We'll just, like, say Artie for now. Artie, you know, Artemis, Artie. That's probably not the final one, but, you know, that's the one I'm working with now. She'd be a soulless one, an incredibly potent blank. You know, she's a Primarch. And it'd be an interesting dynamic to think, what would a Psyker King do with a progeny that is soulless? And it's like you could play around the ideas like, oh, she was denied a legion because of the processes to create a Space Marine or whatever. Or you could even like keep the Space Marines but have her have a hard time connecting to them because of the difference in their, you know, like a blank Primarch being surrounded by sons who probably don't use her progeny or like use her DNA, you know, or who aren't like she would. So she essentially went to a planet. The planet is called. I'm also running on. I don't know what the planet would be called. Well, that sucks.
Thank you.
It would be a matriarchal planet where the most of the population, or not, you know, most of the world's leaders are female. A matriarchal society, and she essentially, it's a planet that is permanently twilighted because it has similar to Nostromo. Well, it has a star, but it's a very distant star. And all the light on the planet comes from the planet's twin moons, which are linked so that the planet's in eternal twilight. There's no true darkness in the planet, right? So, you know, like, there'd be a lot of, like, moon themes and stuff, which pairs well with her being a blank, because, you know, being denied a legion because of her, you know, gender or whatever, she would obviously probably work with the Sisters of Silence or, like, lead them. Or, you know, if she does have a legion, it would work well, because obviously in this, you know, in this matriarchal society, they wouldn't really pull Marines from there, right? Or, like, she, you know, she would have that disconnect because she doesn't have, like, the sisters or whatever that she essentially, like, grew with, right? And, like, she would be wearing an armor probably called the Armor of Twilight or whatever. It would essentially be, like, in a massive inhibitor cuff, because she'd be, like, such a potent blank that it has, like, physical, like, repercussions on people. Like, kind of like Gojo's Infinity. You know, if you're thinking that gif where he, like, face plants Hanami, like, imagine this lady doing that to, like, an alien or whatever, like a psychic alien. I think it'd be kind of cool. And the weapon I was thinking she would using, she'd use like a rapier or an S-stock or like a thrusting weapon. S-stocks are cool, so I'll just go S-stock. And she'd be like very quick, since she, you know, she probably wouldn't be as like strong as someone like the Lion or Russ or Gilliman. Not because she's a girl, but just because, you know, she's very like the idea is that she's very like, I guess, like, kind of cat themed to go along with, like, the Twilight Nocturnal vibe. And, like, to kind of be, like, the opposite of, like, Lehman Russ, who would be the one to kill her, right? She is, you know, dead.tm. Dead as any Primarch can actually be. So she'd be very, like, fast fighter, very, like, you know, quick, decisive strike. She doesn't want to, like, she wouldn't want to be in a prolonged duel versus many of the other Primarchs because of just the way her fighting style is, right? It's very quick, very decisive. Fencing. You want to get the one punch in. It's like, the dual thrusts, one for each heart. Like 3 thrusts. I'm gonna get trapped. Okay, good. 3 thrusts, 2 for the heart, 1 for the head. Now you may be saying, "Oh, well, what's the reason why did Leman Russ have to kill her?" I'd like to think that her and Leman Russ were like kind of like actually like genuine friends, and I also think this Primarch would be mute, kind of like once again to lean into the Sisters of Silence vibe, maybe, or you can have her talk as well. Et tu, Russ. But simply because she's such a, maybe she was like, maybe not, I don't think she'd be a heretic, she wouldn't like be a traitor, but maybe she was like getting in the way of the Emperor, like, because she's such a potent, like once again, what does the king of all Psykers do when one of his children is soulless and such a potent blank that it can even interrupt his psychic abilities? So, you could really go into like a multitude of reasons as to why. I just think it'd be cool. Also, like, you can do this concept with a male Primarch as well. It's just, I think like the matriarchy and exploring the things of like, since a lot of the dynamic of Warhammer, right, in terms is like, like fathers and their sons, and you can like expand that to like daughters as well if you're like a person who's into female Space Marines. Me personally, I think they're cool, but I'm also like not bent out of shape either way. I like female Custodians though. I think female Custodians are like cool. Female Custodians, simple. In the matriarchal family, they send the sons. In the patriarchal family, they send the daughters. And, it all tracks to be custodians, right? I just think, like, since, like, if we go the route where she doesn't have any Space Marines to herself, or even if you go the route where she only has Terran-born Space Marines to her, like, not ones using her gene seed, for, be the fact that she's a blank, or for, or for whatever reason, or maybe that, it's like, how would since it's like my brothers can claim to be the fathers of their sons, but can I claim to be can I claim my legion as their mother? You could explore interesting dynamics that way, and I think it'd be rather cool to go into that. So, it's fun. I like thinking about that shit. What can I say? But if you made this fun video, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, or don't. I'm not your mother, but you better brush your teeth and have a good one. Bye bye.